How is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with my Super Bowl preview / prediction video. The Super Bowl is now set as the Seattle Seahawks have just knocked off the San Francisco 49ers to win the NFC. Earlier today, the Broncos knocked off Tom Brady and the Patriots to win the AFC. So it's set, Broncos versus Seahawks for the Super Bowl in MetLife Stadium, February 2nd. It's probably going to be cold. It might even be snowing, but they're going to have football as Peyton Manning and the Broncos look to win their first Super Bowl together against the Seattle Seahawks. But is it going to happen? We'll have to see. Two very good teams. Both teams were the 1 seed. Both were the popular pick to make it to the Super Bowl. And you know what? They did it. This doesn't usually happen, but it did. And which is to of a lot of people's liking because it's presumably the two best teams in football. So what's better than that, right? You have two teams, I guess you can say, with two different philosophies. Peyton Manning and the Broncos obviously like to throw the football with their talented receiving core, going up against the Seahawks who like to run the football, play really good defense, have the best secondary in football. So the best secondary in football against arguably the best receiving core in football with arguably the best quarterback in football. That's going to be a heck of a matchup. So, these teams are both really good. And in the 49ers matchup with the Seahawks, you can say it was hard to pick that game because they were so evenly matched, so similar. In this game, it's hard to pick the Super Bowl, but it's kind of different than that. Well, it's completely different than that because both teams are, I guess you can say, completely opposites. That's not to say the Denver Broncos don't play good defense. They play very good defense. Today, to much of people's surprise, they held the Patriots in check running the football. The Patriots only ran for 64 yards today, and that's a New England Patriot team that just ran for, I believe, over 300 yards last week against the Colts. LeGarrette Blount, who broke all those records running the football, ran for 6 yards today against the Broncos. 6. That's a very good offensive line over there in New England. A great quarterback. A stable of really good running backs. Shane Vereen, LeGarrette Blount, and who's the other one? Slipping my mind. But very solid core running backs, and they could not get it done today against a stout Denver Broncos front seven. So, will the Seahawks be able to run the football on the Broncos? Yes. The Seattle Seahawks can run the football on anybody. They have arguably the best running back in football behind Adrian Peterson and Marshawn Lynch. So will they be able to run the football? Yes. Question is, will the Broncos be able to throw the football on the Seahawks? Can they? They have Peyton Manning. They have a great receiving core. But something you got to factor into this. I've said this so many times. The Broncos, I like the Broncos. I love Peyton Manning. He's a great quarterback. A lot of people think I hate the Broncos. I've picked against them a lot in this playoffs. I will admit to that. Not because I hate them, just because I thought they were going to lose. But I always bring up the thing, cold weather, Peyton Manning, and it hasn't been a factor to him just yet. Because I won't say because it hasn't been cold. I mean, obviously it's been cold in these conditions, but it is going to be a different story in New York. It might be snowing. That might be negative in New York. We don't know. So if it's really cold and it's snowing, the AS is going to be a factor throwing the football. So if it comes down to that, advantage goes Seattle because they have the better run game. So when you think about it, the key actually might be how the Denver Broncos can run the football. They have two really good running backs, Monte Ball, Noshawn Marino. So, I mean, they have the talent to do so. They ran for over 100 yards today against a very solid, yet depleted New England front seven. So, I mean, they have the potential to run the football, but it's a different task against the Seattle front seven, arguably the best front seven and back seven in all of football. So it's going to be tough. So many factors going into this to make a decision, and I've thought about it, and the more I talk about it, the more I want to switch my pick. But these two teams haven't faced off this season, which I think is a good thing because we haven't seen the matchup before. It just makes it a lot more exciting to look forward to. It's in 2 weeks, as it always is. The Pro Bowl will be next week. Like I said, obviously the receiving core goes Denver. We don't know if Percy Harvin's going to be healthy or not. Even if he is healthy, I think still obviously the Broncos receiving core has the edge. Offensive line, I think they're about even. Running backs, obviously, go Seattle. Quarterbacks, obviously, Broncos. Tight ends, I think you have to go Broncos as well. You have Julian Thomas and, sorry, my Xbox mic was going off. Obviously, you have Julian Thomas and Jacob Tamme. Sorry, kind of messed up my thinking method there. But let's go to defense. I think in every phase of the game, the Seahawks have a better defense than the Broncos. Not to say the Broncos don't have a solid defense. I just think that Seattle's defense is just on another level. So the edge goes there. So, man, this is tough. I think going into this video, I was thinking Broncos, but the more and more I think about it, with the fact that it might come down to what team runs the football better and can withstand the type of weather that's going to be in New York, I'm leaning Seattle right now. I really am. I mean, they obviously have the best running back in football. Behind Adrian Peterson. I haven't mentioned Russell Wilson once. He's still a solid quarterback. He has all the potential in the world. And he played solid tonight. Doesn't turn the ball over. It's just very solid quarterback. And as much as the rest of the teams talk about, I think he's really underappreciated how well he's done there in Seattle. Yeah, he gets some praise, but I don't think as much as he deserves. He doesn't light up the scoreboard or anything, but he does what he has to do to win. And that's all you need in a quarterback. He puts his team in position to win, and that can win you a Super Bowl. What else could he do? So he's really unappreciated, and I think he could be a big factor in the game as well. If they stack the box and try to stop Marshawn Lynch all night, he's going to obviously have to throw the football, and he has the playmakers to throw it to. Golden Tate and company, so they have some pretty good wide receivers there too. So, I think it will be a big thing if Percy Harvin's healthy or not. But I was just mentioning that earlier because even if he is healthy, I think the receiving core advantage goes to Denver Broncos. But that doesn't change the fact that it really does help the Seattle offense if he's healthy because he's a playmaker. I saw a stat that said when healthy, he is I believe second in the NFL in all-purpose yards. So that's a big guy to be missing from your offense there. So there's that. But, it's Peyton Manning, man. Peyton Manning, arguably the best quarterback in NFL history, looking to win a ring. If he wins this ring, this might be his last football game. He's kind of hinted towards retirement. Not necessarily right now, but what better way would it be to end your career with a Super Bowl ring? If he doesn't win, I think he stays around for another year or two, but he said the light's at the end of the tunnel. And maybe the light is darkening. Or, well, how would you say that? It's becoming more bright after he holds up the Lombardi trophy. But, man, who to pick? The Broncos were my pick preseason. They're here. Seattle was my pick to win the NFC from the start. I didn't think they'd be playing the Broncos. I actually had the Chargers winning the AFC, so that didn't happen. But, man, tough decision, but I think I'm going to go. I think too many factors are going towards Seattle right now. Yes, Peyton Manning could come out, light the scoreboard up, win the game easily. Not saying that they have no chance, because they definitely have a chance. This is a tough game. This is the Super Bowl. Anything can happen. But right now, too many things going Seattle's way. I think they match up better with the Denver Broncos. Best phase of the game, better than the Denver Broncos match up with the Seahawks' best phase of the game. I think, obviously, the Seahawks with the great secondary matches up better. The Broncos receivers and the Broncos front seven matches up with their run game and Marshawn Lynch of Seattle. So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards right now. So, a good run defense. They're gonna have to. The Broncos, they want to win. They're gonna have to run the football. I just don't see them getting it done on a consistent basis against that front seven of Seattle. So as of right now, I'm gonna go Seattle. Very, very close. I'm gonna go 24-21. Seattle beating the Broncos. And no, I'm not a Broncos hater. I I really like Peyton Manning. He's a great ambassador for the game. Obviously, one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback of all time. So, no, for no reason, I hate the Broncos. It's just every time I pick against them, it's because I really think they're going to lose. Yeah, I've been wrong a lot of the time, but that's just what I feel. So I'm going to say what I feel, and I think Seattle has the edge right now. So I'm going Seattle 24-21 over the Denver Broncos. I have them winning their first Super Bowl in I don't know how many years. It's been a long time. The last time they made the Super Bowl was in '05, I think. I'm not sure, but I guess I will leave it at that. Seattle 24, Broncos 21. So obviously I say this at the end of my videos all the time. Broncos fans, I know you're mad at me for picking against you, as you have always been. But just let me know why you think your Broncos win the game. I mean, obviously I understand your argument. Peyton Manning is a great quarterback. Come out, maybe have a great game. I understand that. It might very well may happen, but I'm giving the edge to Seattle right now. So let me know why in the comment section below. And let me know, if you're out there watching this, let me know who you think wins this game in the comment section below. Leave a score prediction. And if you want to, let me know why you think that team wins. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more. I guess I can't say playoff coverage anymore, but I'll come at you with a recap of the Super Bowl whenever it happens. And stick around because I'll be coming at you with a lot of NFL draft coverage, coming at you with position breakdowns for all the prospects going into the NFL draft. All of that stuff, a lot of NFL draft coverage in general, and just more sports coverage in general. So subscribe for that. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/SRTR. And as always, guys, roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. Catch you guys later. Hope you have a happy, safe couple weeks up into the Super Bowl. But until then, guys, take it easy. Peace.